shit's in the safe. Got me a spot out the way. Nigga just tryna be safe.
Let's get to the sports talk.
9 yards and 3 touchdowns in his first career road win. And so the Texans are now just their 1 game lead over the Titans is gone. Houston still holds first place in the South because of a better division record. Right now, Tennessee is out of the playoff picture. But as you mentioned a moment ago, Pat McAfee, those two teams, the Texans and Titans, play each other 2 more times in the last 3 weeks. So it'll be decided there. And is there anyone at this table who doesn't think the Titans are going to wind up winning that division?
Well, for me, I think there's 2 key statistics to look at. I did a little query.
That's why they should have lost that game against the Broncos. They had the division kind of in the chokehold, but Tennessee that found new life about benching Mariota going to Tannehill. Tannehill to turn that team around, and that's what they were looking for. A spark. He is that spark. It's going to be hard for Mariota to even get that job back. He ain't getting that job back. They is rolling with Tannehill now. He wasn't giving them what they wanted. That was a passing game. And Tannehill giving them that passing game so they could open up the playbook and start throwing down the field to their playmakers. And that's what they was looking for. A quarterback that could pass the football, that could change his team around, and Tannehill did that. He got them to 85. Ever since he came in the lineup, he been 6-1.
Tembo earlier. Nice work. Thank you so much. I like to do the stats. The Texans are last in third down defense in the league and 31 in red zone defense, okay? The Titans with Tannehill, first in the red zone, 7th on third down. Those are 2 key things to look at for this Titans-Texans matchup. And also, one of them is going to get the other wild card spot for the Bills. So if you're in the AFC, you've got to get a lot of wins. But right now, with that run game, with the defense, and with the special teams punter for the Titans, I think these things are leading to a very prosperous last couple weeks for the
between Texas and Buffalo. Both of them know these are big games right here, especially Buffalo. Buffalo know they gonna need this win to be able to keep that wild card spot because Tennessee is right behind them. Tennessee ran right there. They 9-5. If that Buffalo lose, they 9-5 and they gonna be out. That's why they know they gonna have to win this game and go 10-4 to keep that wild card spot. Texas know they're going to beat Tennessee to keep the top of the division so they can have home field advantage in the playoffs, the first game, and be able to keep their playoff spot at the top of the division. But if they lose against Tennessee, Tennessee take over. So it's critical for them 2 teams, and Texas and Bills. They know these games coming up, it's critical.
Titans out of nowhere, by the way. Nobody was talking about the Titans outside of Nashville, and I think right now they're getting very hot, and they're going to be a tough team to stop.
Yeah, I can tell you this. They better not make the playoffs, because if they do, this is the type of team that can make some huge noise in the playoffs, and they can compete against anybody. When you can run the football and play defense the way they can. Pat, you mentioned how Tannehill, #1 in the league in red.
And that's what they have. They have a good run game. That Henry that showed up this season, like he did last year. He's capitalizing off a good season last year and having an even better season this year. That run game is what making this team go. That opened up every passing lane for Tannehill because he know he have a security blanket. Hand out to Derrick Henry, and that's fill the box up, and that over everything go outside. That's the way you could just throw the football because people will be worried about your run game.
So, well, what's that? That's situational football. That's how you win games in the playoffs, and they're doing it about as good as anybody in the league. Maybe better than anybody in the league right now.
They're the hottest team, or as hot as practically any team in the league, at least outside of Baltimore. And Rex, they obviously are a team in the image that you love. Now, Deshaun Watson and the Texans, what a crazy kind of week this is, because last week they beat New England. That's obviously a huge statement kind of win, and then they come out in this game. They were so far behind before the game even began.
Well, I think the interesting thing is everybody plays Madden, and they get these video games where they have these ratings like, okay, this guy's 95, this guy's 94, and in video games, that's every single day of your life. But whenever you're an actual human out there, you can experience those emotions. You can go up and down. That Patriots win, although they'll talk about, hey, it was just another game and things like that, was massive in that locker room. To get back up for a Denver Broncos team led by Drew Lock could be difficult for some guys.
They came out flat-footed, and Denver capitalized off that. They were so excited for that big win against the Patriots, they didn't realize they had to play Denver. Denver caught them napping, and they never woke up. And Denver already had a huge lead over them, and they couldn't catch up. You can't look past these teams because of a losing record. You look past them, this is what's going to happen. Catch you sleeping. They understand you. I understand y'all having a game against Tennessee. That's a big game. Now it's a bigger game because y'all both are sitting at 8-5. Now the division is on the line after this loss. You can't have these tight slip up head towards the end of the season. Like, you got the playoff and the division on the line. You can't have these hiccups.
They might have thought, you know what, we'll turn it on in the third quarter, we'll turn it on in the fourth quarter. They were never able to do that. Now they're sitting in a real position where they have to win out because the Titans are hot on the trail.
And there's no guarantee that the loser of that race winds up in the playoffs.
Yeah,
the Steelers continuing to win and Buffalo looking as good as they do. So that could be win and you're in, lose and you're out entirely. And I can't believe I'm saying this about a team that has Deshaun Watson, but I think most of the big boys would probably rather play the Texans than play the Titans.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And why? Because they can play defense. I mean, you can run the football and play defense.
Derrick Henry is 6'12", 700 pounds, and he runs a 4.5
over it.
I mean, and he's running for a check too. They haven't renegotiated his contract. They're starting to feed him. Tannehill can get the ball out, and that.
See, Tannehill could just hand it off, and that take all the pressure off of him. So that make Tannehill's job much easier. He could ease his way through the plays, because he ain't got to worry about doing so much on his shoulders, and he can just hand off to Derrick Henry. Henry plays so good, they going to get him a big contract if he just keeps this up. He's going to get a big payday.
Defense plays good.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports and analysis, download the